Hey guys, how's it going? We're just doing a quick tutorial video on how to measure drive shaft angle. Okay, the operating angle of the, not drive shaft angle, the operating angle of the U-joint, of the single cardan U-joint. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is you have to determine the operating angle of the drivetrain, in which case we know that this yoke right here is coming out of the output shaft. So we will measure the angle of the front U-joint first, and David here is going to actually help us out. So what you're going to have to do is we're going to work as if this vehicle's on the car. First, we have to take the inclinometer, and I want you to use the underside joint and zero it for us. You can turn it as you need, just zero it, make it perpendicular. Tell me when it's zero. Is it pretty much zero? Okay, is it zero?
Yeah.
Okay, now I want you to measure from that side. That way Jen can film you, right? You're gonna hold the gauge this way. Right against the joint, you're gonna measure that. And this will give you the angle of the drivetrain. Let me know when you got the degrees.
5 degrees.
5 degrees. So this drivetrain, this entire powertrain is pitched over at an angle of 5 degrees, okay? Whether that's in spec or not, it's not the point. We're just showing you the motions, how to measure it. So then next, you have to determine the angle of your drive shaft, right? The back half of the U-joint, right? So you're gonna have to rotate the cardan joint and bring the yoke that's corresponding to the drive shaft vertical now, right back in the same position, okay? So what David's gonna do is actually find the zero position of this joint. I'm just gonna simulate and make up an angle. I'm just gonna hold the imaginary drive shaft in a certain position. So he's gonna zero, is it zero?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good. So then now measure the angle. What do you got?
12 degrees.
All right, so this is always the extreme. 12 minus 5,
7.
right? That's too much. The maximum allowable angle for a cardan joint is 7 degrees, but this is just a mock-up to show you the process, okay? You guys basically, typically these U-joints sit about like 3 degrees or so. Max is 7, and usually when the vehicle's at rest, the single cardan joint usually sits about 3 degrees, right? Then when you move further down the line, you will measure the back joint, right? Which is gonna be an inverse angle, and the sum of both should be 0, theoretically 0. But the tolerance is up to 1 degree, okay? Because it forms a letter Z essentially, right? And you'd want it to be as close to 0 as possible. And that's how you do it, that's it.